other. This is one of your Muslim friend from India and you are warmly welcome to my hijab world. So here is another feedback from my loved ones. They wanted me to explain and elaborate those Quranic verses translations which I had mentioned in my previous videos. So without further delay, let's jump right in. If you see, there are three words: Yudnina, alayhinna and jalabi bihinna. Yudnina means to draw, alayhinna means over themselves, jalabi bihinna it means cloths. Cloths means jilbab. Jilbab is a large sheet and adna is to draw clothes and wrap up. But when this word is used with the associating particle ala, it keeps the meaning of letting something down from above. Some modern translators, under the influence of West, they have translated this word to wrap up, so as to avoid somehow the command about the covering of the face. But if Allah had meant what these gentlemen want to construe, He would have said Yudnina ilayhinna and not Yudnina alayhinna. Anyone who knows Arabic knows that Yudnina alayhinna cannot merely mean wrapping up. Moreover, the words min jalabi bihinna also do not permit of this meaning. It is obvious that the preposition min here signifies a part of the sheet, and also that wrapping up is done by means of a whole sheet and not merely by a part of it. The words therefore clearly means the women should wrap themselves up well in the sheets and should draw and let down a part of the sheet in front of the face. And the same meaning was understood by the major commentators who lived close to the time of the Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ibn Jarir and Ibn al-Mudir have related that Muhammad bin Sirin asked Ubaidah Salamani the meaning of this verse. Ubaidah had become a Muslim in the time of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but had not been able to visit him. He came to Medina in the time of Umar and settled down there. So when Ibn Muhammad bin Sirin asked Ubaidah Salamani the meaning of this verse, instead of giving a verbal reply, Ubaidah put on his sheet and gave a practical demonstration by covering his head and forehead and face and an eye, leaving only the other eye uncovered. Second, Allama Zamakhshari says it means that they should not let down a part of the sheet over themselves and should cover their faces and wrap up their sides well. This is from Al-Kashaf volume 2, page number 221. The third one is Allama Nizamuddin Nishapuri says, that is, they should not let down a part of the sheet over them. In this verse, the women have been commanded to cover their head and face. This is from Gharibul Quran, volume 22, page number 32. And evidently, this purpose can be fulfilled only if the sheet or the outer garment itself is simple. Besides, Allah does not only command the woman to conceal her adornment by covering herself with a sheet, but also enjoins that she should let down a pan of the sheet over herself. No sensible person can take any other meaning of this command than that it requires to conceal the face along with the concealment of the adornments of the body and dress. Then Allah Himself states the reason for enjoining the command, saying, "This is an appropriate way by adopting which the Muslim woman will be recognized and will remain safe from trouble." And I think it is really important for you to know that these are not my own words. These are all part of my researches, and I really don't know if you are aware of this hadith, the hadith of Al-Tirmidhi 74. The seeking of knowledge is obligatory for every Muslim. So me, in order to get rid of my doubts, I did some researches, I dig deeper, and I got to the bottom of it. So if you get the point, please like and share my videos. And if you find this video relatable and useful,
So this video will really help you. So please put out the comments, like my videos, share it to others and subscribe to my channel. Until then, Allah Hafiz and miss your prayers.